It's estimated there are more than 3 million pet cats in Australia. That's about 15 cats for every 100 people. But we know very little about their life, particularly how they behave when they're away from home. How far do they travel and where do they go? Hi, I'm Philip and I'm leading the research tracking the movements of some of our pet moggies. So how do you track a cat? Well, we use a GPS, or a global positioning system. And this is it. The GPS unit weighs only about 20 grams. We put it on the harness so it sits on the cat's back and gets a good GPS signal. But how does it work? The GPS receives signals from satellites orbiting the Earth. It uses the distances from 4 satellites to work out where on Earth it is. The GPS receivers we're using are set to record their location every 3 minutes, telling us exactly where the cat is at that time. As the process is repeated, we build up a map of the cat's travels. That data are then downloaded and analysed. 10-year-old Gomez is a much-loved pet. Her owner describes her as a lazy house cat. But the tracker revealed another side to Gomez, and she's not the homebody her owner thought she was. This is Gomez's house. The lines on the map show where she travelled over a 1-week period while we tracked her. She covered an area of about 1 hectare, and we call that her home range. It's about the size of a football field. It's early days in our study. So far, results show an average home range of under 5 hectares, though one moggie travelled an amazing distance and had a home range of 29 hectares. Now that's about 29 sports fields. I'm collaborating with researchers in America, and they've tracked over 100 cats already so far. Their preliminary results are similar. As the research continues, we'll get a better understanding of where cats go and what influences the size of a cat's home range, comparing male and female cats, different breeds, and how long they spend outside each day. In the end, we'll get a better understanding of a cat's life, why some choose to stray and others like to stay.
Thanks, Dr. Rob. Well, one of my favourite stories of the year raised quite a few inquiries from our viewers. We met Dr. Philip Roteman in June 2015 when he first introduced us to his cat tracker study. So, Philip, tell us, how's it been going since we last saw you?
Well, Jess, it's been going gangbusters. We've now tracked more than 300 cats, thanks in part to our appearance on Scope. Our study is all about uncovering the secret lives of our feline friends. To do this, we've been mapping their day-to-day movements with the help of a special device. This strange-looking device is basically a harness attached to a GPS unit, or global positioning system. This GPS receives signals from 4 different satellites orbiting the Earth. It then uses the distances to these satellites to work out the exact location of our cats. The data are collected every 3 minutes and are stored on the GPS units, so that when we get them back, we can build up a map of the cat's travels. We've been completing this research to get a better understanding of where our cats go and what influences the size of a cat's home range. So far, our results have shown that most cats have a home range of under 5 hectares, which is about the size of 5 football fields. However, feedback from our owners suggests that cats haven't been venturing out much during the cooler months. That's why we're keeping a close eye on them now to see if they're more active during the summer. But it doesn't stop there. We've also expanded our study to explore the personalities of our furry friends. We've developed a test which identifies 5 major personality factors, which we like to call the Feline 5. To get this information, we've been asking cat owners to fill out a questionnaire rating the different characteristics of their cats. From there, we've been able to analyse the findings and send back the results to owners so they can learn even more about their pets. Here we have the results for a cat named Puss in Boots. As you can see, Puss in Boots rated really high on friendliness and outgoingness, typical for dominance and spontaneity, and quite low on skittishness. By doing this test, we can give the owners feedback and some ideas on how they can manage their cat's behaviour. Luckily for Puss in Boots owners, it appears she's a well-adjusted cat and doing just fine. After doing a lot of these tests, we found that indoor cats and outdoor cats have very similar personalities. But the indoor cats we've tested do tend to be slightly more friendly and outgoing. And that's great news for people who keep their cats indoors, because it suggests there's no negative impact on the personality of a cat when it's kept inside. So, Dr. Rob, that's where we're at now. Come 2016, we'll know even more about these mysterious moggies.